Rennie's been keeping a secret. What's in here?
Baby, you're having another baby?
Yeah.
So last June, we found out that I was expecting, and I was very scared. 4 kids seemed like a lot. We have 3 daughters, Everly, Collins, and Ren. The beginning of my pregnancy was tough, but normal. And then we had our 20-week ultrasound, and everything was normal. At that point, I had actually kind of heard God tell me that her name needed to be Selah. And then multiple times, God kind of kept bringing that up, that this is what her name is. On December 13th, it was our daughter Collins' birthday. And that's when I really just started feeling like something was not right. And so I had found this app that like basically reads scripture over you and tries to get you in this just mode of being able to like just connect with God. And all night long, I was woken up by God. I mean, it was the weirdest thing. I was woken up by God telling me I needed to get to the hospital and I needed to do it soon.
She was up in the morning like at 5 a.m. just sitting on the couch, and you could see that was going to be a tough day.
So we went to the gymnastics place, celebrated a 5-year-old birthday. While I was there, I told my neighbor, I'm not feeling comfortable, something's going on. And she said, why don't I just take the girls from here and you can go into the hospital. Right when we got there, they found her heartbeat right away. It was 168, I think. And she said they were gonna have the high-risk doctor come in and do an ultrasound. This is the first person that God really put in our life to help us get through this situation. He basically sat us down and he said, your daughter is very sick. She had about 2 inches of fluid underneath her whole body, under her skin. I think you've developed mirror syndrome. And so I was mimicking everything her body was going through. So if her organs were gonna shut down, so would mine. But he then began to cry and said, I lost my first daughter the same way. And it was really just like, looking back, God put him, I had never met him, he was not my doctor, to help us walk through it personally, because he had actually been through it.
I mean, honestly, we didn't know what to do at all. And then, luckily, by the grace of God, he sent another angel to us to help us through the process.
Haley came up to the hospital. She just cried with us and prayed with us. And I just think of like the bravery it took for her to walk back in the same hospital that she had lost her daughter a year, to almost to the day. She was like an angel for us.
After all this, we're gonna name her Selah. And she's like, that's the name that's been going through my mind for the last year. It was beyond coincidence. It was God's timing that she was supposed to be there for us in that moment.
At some point between when we got there and before my C-section, Selah passed away. When we were in the C-section room, I kind of left my body. It was like an outer body experience. I was watching everything from above. I asked Bryce to play The Goodness of God next to my ear, so I just couldn't hear anything going on. They laid her on my chest and she was with God at that point. That's probably one of the most hardest moments of my life.
I had to look at my worst fear right in the face of my daughter lying there, and I could do nothing for her. We know we worship a God that could have saved Selah in that moment, but it didn't happen. But we were not alone. There were plans put in place years beforehand. There were people put in place years beforehand. We get those little winks and those moments that he's still with us and helping us get through it.
Our sweet Selah winks or Selah moments just are moments that we see God or Selah just letting us know that they're with us throughout this. Last night, our oldest daughter set the table and left a spot for Selah. At first, it hurts. They want to talk about her a lot more than I probably am ready to hear. And she said, I'm not gonna put any food on Selah's plate because God fills her with everything that she already needs. And it was almost like just God speaking to me, like, she's okay, she's with me. Writing has been a huge, huge healing moment for me. Honestly, when I start writing, I feel like God kind of just takes my pen because sometimes the ideas just come out. And I got the idea from my oldest daughter, who said, we're so lucky to have a baby sister in heaven. And really just looking at it from a joyful perspective of loss. And so I wrote Lucky Me based on what she said. Lucky me, my sister has been born, but the tears in Mom's eyes make my heart feel torn. Lucky me, my sister you are, born into heaven, my bright shining star. Lucky me, it's okay to be sad. Mom says all my feelings matter, even when I'm mad. Lucky me, I'll speak your name with pride, a sibling bond unbroken, forever side by side. Mother's Day might not look how a lot of people want it to look, and that's okay. I think I'm learning that joy and sorrow can coexist. Remembering that it's okay to be mad at the situation and to lean on God as much as you can, just showing up. That doesn't mean you have to get in scripture, just getting up each day and just leaning on Him. Something one of my friends said to me is when she sees a disco ball, she thinks of Selah, because it's just a bunch of broken mirrors that have created the beauty. I think of all the women who have mothered me through the past 4 months, and that's what God calls us to do. It's just taking care of each other, and that's kind of what mothering is.